increases in the stratospheric ozone because of ozone depleting substances is actually contributing to a surface. Now, the most important question is, okay, when will ozone be back up to normal? So these are some of the observations in the last 60 years after the ozone started depleting from 1980s, and then when the projection based on the observations of the trends that we have seen in the last few years, and based on the projection, the models that can simulate very well the ozone and other atmospheric parameters, see that global ozone will recover to the levels that we saw in 1980, roughly about 30 years from now. So, provided, which is marked here in red, provided there are no volcanic eruptions and other meteorological variations that we saw. So, why so? Because you see that decreases, some of the volcanic eruptions can cause transient depletion of ozone. So, we see this is actually 1991 and it is decreasing. So, if Pinatubo did not occur, this would have actually gone like this, which is actually shown in blue. But because of the volcanic eruption, the ozone values much lower, and then it took about 3 years for it to come back. So these natural causes can also change the way. So in the troposphere, for example, it is showing an increasing trend because of the increase in the man-made emissions, which is again harmful for the human being. So, while the reduction in the stratospheric ozone has to be stopped, meaning this has to be, the ozone in the stratosphere has to increase, but in the troposphere it should not increase, because using this in the troposphere will actually improve the air quality and will contribute to global warming, as we saw in the previous transfers in terms of forcing and temperature change. So, to summarize, we began with the importance of ozone, the sources and the sinks, how they are distributed in terms of the vertical, spatial, and seasonal scales, how they vary as a function of year to year, and what is ozone depletion, the features that mark what are there in Antarctic versus the Arctic, the causative mechanisms, why does it occur there, when, etc., and what is happening because of this, the increase in the surface ultraviolet radiation, how clouds and aerosols are contributing to it, the heterogeneous chemical reactions that occur in the aerosols because of the volcanic particles, and also the remnant particles that are present, mainly the sulfate species, and then in terms of the forcing, how the stratosphere, the ozone in the stratosphere contributes the surface cooling, the ozone in the troposphere contributes to surface warming, and we also looked at some of the future aspects such as how the ozone will recover, why and how. And with this, thank you for your time. I will be happy to answer questions.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Indeed, it is a great pleasure to get all these insights, which is synthesized by great years of hard work and dedication to understand this subject. Before we move to the question and answer session, I will request Honorable Member Secretary of Gujarat Science and Technology Gujcos, Shri Narottam Sahu sir, give his remarks on the occasion of the World Ozone Day. Sahu sir, kindly enlighten us on today's occasion.
Good afternoon to everybody. Am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Respected Professor S. Ramachandran sir, Setal sir, and all the members of faculty of Climate Change Department, all the panelists, and all our साइंस लविंग फ्रेंड्स. एक्चुअली आज एक बहुत अच्छा दिन है, बहुत खुशी का दिन है कि आज हम लोग 35 साल का एक जर्नी का आज हम लोग इनका एक महसूस ले रहे हैं. ह्यूमन पावर एंड कंबाइनिंग अप्रोच of everybody can tackle a change, can bring a change. In fact, we are very thankful to Professor S. Ramachandran, the very senior professor of Physical Research Laboratory, Ahmedabad, who is working on this hardcore science of ozone layer and atmospheric science and giving us a new knowledge and a new experience to each outstanding research and contribution. And Professor Ramachandran sir is working directly with many of the such international, national and international organizations जहाँ पे वो ओजोन लेयर के ऊपर में अलग अलग ट्रीटी के माध्यम से इनका मॉनिटरिंग एंड इनका मेजरमेंट हो रहे हैं. So we are very much fortunate to have our guest speaker Professor Ramachandran sir on this auspicious day. And as you all of attend this program and his presentation, it's a really virtual journey of ozone layer last 35 years from the past, present, and how we will be going to face this in the coming years also. Otherwise, if this program is not coordinated in such a massive manner, I think today we can another world or a world catastrophe like this coronavirus or a pandemic virus, which is a pandemic, but it's this global ozone hole. It can be a much better than a larger disaster, we can say. As you have seen from the slide also, a single 1 centimeter hole in that ozone layer, which is protecting or which is absorbing this deadly ultraviolet rays from the sun's radiation, it can create, I think, minimum 5 lakhs of cancer patient in this earth. So 1 single centimeter hole of ozone layer can bring that much 5 lakh cancer patient in our earth surface. It's a study, it's a reported number also. Similarly also, there is a large number of devastation to our plants, plant productivity, our agricultures, and all this climate change also. So that's the major issue, and that gives a new challenges and a new opportunity for the entire world, entire science streams and entire policymakers. That yes, we solved this ozone layer, or we save this ozone layer. Now we can save our climate too. So this is another campaign and another hope and another mission is going on. How we have to work together from the top, from the country level committee of the committee of the parties COP, and COP21 के बाद अभी another series, next series are also going on, and all our policymakers at the United Nations level, even all the heads of the states, member countries, they are working on those things. Unless until we have to devise a clear-cut policy and very stringent procedures, then we can't come to this minimize these issues. So the take-home message is that we can, yes, 35 years ago we have identified this problem, and to the successive missions, successive action plans, and also midterm reviews and also remedies that have been taken from time to time. Now we are coming to close this whole story. So now this gap gives another hope and our opportunity that yes, how we have to address this climate change problem like that way. We are very happy that this program is being attended by many students, many teachers of our states and out of the state also, which are another few years they can complete their academic curriculum career and being a very responsible citizens. And if they have that type of involvement, that type of participation, that type of support to this type of global issues, then yes, we can go through this climate change problem and climate change scenario also. So I am very happy that Professor Ramchandran sir, despite of his busy schedule and his international things, sometimes we may find him here or in the abroad also, in the other countries or other institutions also. So we are very lucky that sir is here and giving a very fundamental and a very walkthrough to this journey, so which is very clear, and on that too also scientific explanations of all these stages from year to year and these things. So this remarkable story of this deadly hole, story of this ozone layer, and now we can go ahead in the future how we have to fix that completely fix that one, and also related to these things. But once you sir has mentioned that there was a very significant point when there was a restriction of the CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, and instead of that we have introduced another chemical, it's hydrogen chlorine and fluorine, HCl, so that it can be prevented that observe that ultraviolet rays there. But now scientists also finding that having that capacity of trapping these greenhouse gases, so that might be adding more temperature to this our Earth. So now these types of research is going on side by side. So our scientific community and research members, they are giving the new knowledge, new experience, what to do and what not to do and how to do. And there are the policy makers at the top level, they are implementing this type of things. And the third category is the consumer or the citizens or the community members, which has a great role that how best we have to adapt to that changes. So today's celebration is mostly depends upon the collaborative participation, collaborative approach that everybody from the ground zero to the community members to students, children, to the common citizen, common public, to the policy makers, including the scientists and the scientific institutions, to have to come together and to adapt this program in a very competitive way and in a very comprehensive manner. So that is the major agenda and major call for these days. So on this occasion, I once again thanks the Climate Change Department and the Principal Secretary, Sri S.J. Haidar sir, for his kind support and kind interest in this particular issues, and taking all the stakeholders together so that everybody can understand the issue in a very clear-cut way and also understand the policy actions to be taken to tackle it. So with this word, I once again thanks to our guest speaker, Professor S. Ramchandran sir, Climate Change Department, and our technical advisor Sital sir, and all the members from the JEDA also, those who are very pioneer in organizing this program. And I think this is not for a day program. We can have this approach across the years, in every month, every week, and everything. And we have to come.
Sir, we have received many comments and questions from participants.
Yes.
Some of them would like to interact with Professor